Akosua Boateng wanted nothing more in this world than to be a mother. She had known this since she was a little girl in Cape Coast, carrying her baby cousin on her back like it was the most natural thing in the world. But life had other plans. After 3 years of marriage to Fifi, 3 years of hospitals, injections, tears, and prayers, the doctors gave her the news she had been dreading. She would never conceive. She cried for 3 days straight. On the 4th day, she got up, washed her face, and told Fifi, "We will find another way. There are children in this world who need a mother, and I need a child. God will connect us." Fifi held her hand and nodded. "Whatever you want, Akosua, we will do it together." 6 months later, Fifi came home one evening with news. A distant relative, a young woman from Kumasi, had given birth and could not care for the baby. The father was unknown. The woman wanted the child placed with a good family privately, without going through formal adoption channels. Fifi said he had already spoken to the woman. The baby was a boy, healthy, 3 weeks old. "His name can be whatever we choose," Fifi said. Akosua was at the hospital the next morning. The moment they placed that baby in her arms, she felt something shift permanently inside her chest. Like a door she thought was sealed forever, had swung wide open. She named him Nana. And for 7 years, Akosua poured everything she had into Nana. She was the one who stayed up through his fevers. She was the one who learned which lullaby calmed him and which one made him laugh. She packed his school bag every morning, attended every parents' evening, fought with teachers who underestimated him. When Nana scraped his knee, he came to Akosua. When he had nightmares, he came to Akosua. When he needed someone to tell his secrets to, he came to Akosua. She was his mother, in every way that mattered. Fifi was present but distant. He traveled often for work. When he was home, he was kind enough, but Akosua sometimes noticed things. The way he looked at Nana, not with the love of a father, with something else, something she could never quite name. She told herself she was imagining it. One Tuesday afternoon, Akosua was home alone when she heard a knock at the gate. She opened it to find a woman she recognized immediately. Serwa, Fifi's colleague from his office. A woman Akosua had met at company events, exchanged pleasantries with, never thought twice about. Serwa was standing at her gate with red eyes and shaking hands. "Akosua, I need to talk to you about Nana." Something cold moved through Akosua's body. She opened the gate. The story Serwa told her took 45 minutes. Nana was not the child of a distant relative. Nana was Serwa's son, and Fifi was his father. 7 years earlier, Serwa and Fifi had been having an affair. When Serwa became pregnant, Fifi panicked. He could not lose his marriage. He convinced Serwa to give the baby up, told her he would place the child with a good family far away, told her it was the only option. What he did instead was bring the baby home to his own wife. For 7 years, Fifi had watched Akosua raise his outside child, the product of his betrayal, with all the love in the world, and said nothing. Serwa said she had tried to move on. She had tried to forget. But 7 years of not knowing if her son was alive, 7 years of seeing Fifi at work every day knowing what they had done, it had finally broken her. She had hired someone to find the child, and they had led her here. "I am so sorry, Akosua," Serwa said. "I know this destroys everything, but I needed you to know the truth." Akosua sat in her living room for a very long time after Serwa left. She looked at Nana's school bag hanging by the door, his drawings on the fridge, his small shoes lined up neatly by the entrance because she had taught him to do that. This child had not betrayed her. This child was innocent. This child was hers. When Fifi came home that evening, Akosua was sitting in the living room in the dark. She did not turn on the lights. She just waited. He walked in, reached for the switch, and froze when he saw her face. "Sit down, Fifi." What followed was not a screaming match. Akosua did not throw things. She did not cry. She simply laid out everything Serwa had told her, fact by fact, year by year, and watched her husband's face collapse in real time. He tried to explain. He tried to apologize. He tried to reach for her hand. "Do not touch me." The next morning, Akosua called a lawyer. She had 3 things she wanted: full legal custody of Nana, the house, which was in both their names, and a divorce. Fifi's family tried to intervene. They came to the house, they called relatives, they sent elders to mediate. The whole community got involved the way Ghanaian communities do, loudly, with opinions nobody asked for. But Akosua was done mediating. She stood in front of Fifi's mother and said clearly, "Your son brought his outside child into my home and watched me raise him for 7 years without saying a word. There is nothing to mediate. There is only what happens next." The divorce proceedings took 8 months. During that time, the full story leaked, the way stories always do in close communities. Colleagues at Fifi's office found out. The church found out. His family's social standing crumbled quietly and then loudly. Serwa, who had come forward hoping for some kind of reconciliation with her son, found herself equally exposed. The community had no sympathy for her either. She left Accra entirely. Nobody knew where she went. The court granted Akosua full legal custody of Nana. The judge noted in her ruling that Akosua was the only mother this child had ever known, biologically, legally, or otherwise. The day the papers were signed, Akosua picked Nana up from school herself. He ran to her the way he always did, arms wide, school bag bouncing. She held him for a long time in the school car park. He pulled back and looked at her face. "Mummy, why are you crying?" "Because I am happy, my love. Because you are mine, and I am yours. And nothing in this world is ever going to change that." There is a type of love that does not come from blood. It comes from 4 a.m. fevers, and packed school bags, and lullabies learned by heart, and scraped knees kissed better, and nightmares chased away, and 7 years of choosing, every single day, to show up. If he thought he was hiding a secret, what he was actually doing was giving Akosua the greatest gift of her life, without even knowing it. Akosua did not get the child she planned for. She got the child she was meant for. Follow at Sankofa Stories Africa for more African stories of betrayal, survival, and redemption. Have you ever loved someone so deeply it changed who you are? Drop it in the comments. We read every single one.